Today I fucked up by letting my mum find a box of pregnancy tests in my room. Today I fucked up by letting my mum find a box of pregnancy tests in my room. Okay, so this happened literally 10 minutes ago and I'm freaking out. A bit of background. I'm a 19F living at home during the pandemic. Also have the implant, so periods for me are very irregular, which has left me paranoid about getting pregnant. Since breaking up with an ex a couple months back, I haven't gotten my period, which is kinda normal for me. But I've also been experiencing stomach pains and very emotional. Again, this could just be over the stress of the breakup, but you can never be too careful, so I decided to buy some tests. I took them this morning and luckily it was just me being paranoid again, so we're all safe there. But I left the box out on my counter before I went to have a shower. When I came back into my room, I saw a package of mine had been left on the floor, just in eyesight of the counter. I am almost positive she has seen the test box. I am now dreading a very awkward conversation with her. Edit, for context, I do have a good relationship with my mum and we can discuss anything and everything together. The reason I was getting so fussed is because I didn't want her to think I was pregnant. She knows how much I pride myself in being careful, so wouldn't want her to be disappointed that I wasn't. Discussed it with her shortly after I posted and she was cool with it, just wanted me to be honest about it in the future as she didn't want me to go through the stress alone. Edit 2, please don't diss my mum. I only think it's a fuck up cause it's me stressing. She is an amazing, accepting lady. Also, I think the reason I was so worried about this is I am still very unsure if I even want little ones, and my mum knows that. There is nothing wrong with children, I have a few family friends that are and love them, but I don't think they are for me. Too long didn't read, left a box of pregnancy tests in my room and my mother saw them by mistake. Being in the middle of a pandemic makes people stressed and emotional too, just saying. I've been getting stress headaches since March. I know it's easier said than done, but be calm, and explain carefully, don't exaggerate, don't lie. Just tell her why you got them slowly, and take deep breaths in between sentences. Works 98.3% of the time for me. I tend to be in introvertive mode when talking to my parents about serious things, that's why it isn't a higher percent. This is a transition moment between you and your mom. She knows you are an adult and now needs to know that you are taking good care of yourself. My mom found lingerie when I moved back for summer between freshman and sophomore year. She just set it aside and said something about none of that in the house, meaning sex. Your mom will take comfort in seeing that you're a proactive and responsible person who is using contraception. Just explain the implant/stress/lack of periods if she isn't familiar with that type of contraception. She's probably wondering how to talk to you at the same time. See, with my mom I know the best way to get past that would be as soon as I see her say I'm not pregnant, test was negative. Then again, my mom isn't like other moms, so I dunno. Just tell her exactly what you told us. Also, this isn't a fuck up. You are being a responsible person. Fuck up would be denying anything was going on and ignoring everything until you find your pants don't fit and your breasts are tripled in size. I don't know your mom, but my guess is that if she saw the box, she will be relieved that there is nothing going on. Single mom baby is usually not a thing moms wish on their children, unless that's a hard choice, but then again, feels like you don't. Just stay calm and asks her if she saw it. Better to rip the band-aid off instead of waiting for her to bring it up. Own your behavior. Only way to adult really. Literally this. Just say what you wrote here. She obviously knew that you had a boyfriend and were sexually active. If you're worried that she thinks you're sleeping around during the pandemic, then put her mind at ease and help her understand that this was paranoia/stress related, not you being unsafe. I think that's the part that would probably worry her the most. Be an adult, own it, and put both of your minds at ease. Today I fucked up by not recognizing a coworker. So you skip the first paragraph if you want, it's just background. I work at an Amazon warehouse. It's quite a busy place, and a lot of people either quit or are fired. An average runtime for a worker is around 3 months. So if, like me, who's been working there for 3 years, Yeah, I know, been here too long. I see a lot of people come and go. So this particular situation happened few months ago. I finished work and was coming home. Didn't drive then, now I do. So I took the bus. Got off the bus and was walking home from the bus stop. I hear someone honk at me. I looked around and saw a car make a U-turn from the other side of the road to my side. The car stopped next to me and opened the window. Hey Hamza. Been a long time, how's everything? You still working at Amazon? Let me give you a ride home. I replied in a very awkward way, yeah, I am. He looked at me funny. Do you remember me, Hamza? Obviously I didn't, but I didn't want to say I didn't. Yeah man, I remember you, me looking at his nameplate. Anon. He looked disappointed and just said, mate, I saw you look at my nameplate. You don't remember, do you? Obviously I was caught, but I tried to tell him I remembered, but he just stopped believing me. Well, good to see then, Hamza. Then he just drove off. Literally after a few steps after, all the memories flooded back in. Turns out me and him spent a good 4 to 5 months working together. He always used to come to my station to help and talk. He was kinda really a good guy. My mind just blanked out when I met him. But yeah, I never heard of him since. Don't have any of his socials, so I can't contact him to apologize. I still feel cringe when I think about it, tbh. Too long didn't read. An old co-worker stopped over to say hi and give me a ride. I couldn't remember him and he noticed. I fucking suck at remembering names. I also suck at keeping in touch with people. It's just easier to come out of the gate saying this in your situation, so we're all on the same page about my shitty memory. Here's the thing, it's hard to recognize people when they appear in unexpected places. We tend to tie their faces to locations in our brains, so when they split from that it becomes difficult to actually piece together who they are quickly. Don't be too hard on yourself. Yes. Exactly. I ran into a co-worker at a grocery store once and it just did not compute. My brain was like, false, this human only exists at work. White pages can be your best friend if you know his first and last name, general age range, and area he once lived. You can do it. I hope you find him. Lamau, I would totally play it up like, you know, sometimes they spell the name wrong. Let's see yours. I have so much sympathy for you. I am horrible with names, mostly because I'm also really bad with faces. It can take me minutes to recognize people I've met numerous times. I feel your pain. I'm a vet tech and I'm more likely to know someone by their pet, and I'll usually remember their pet's name before, and often instead, of theirs. Holy moly, I could have written this myself right down to being a vet tech and recognizing pets but not owners. I don't know if you're familiar with prosopagnosia, aka face blindness, but you might want to look into it. For me, it made all my funny stories of failing to recognize people who I really should have, myself on the Jumbotron at a basketball game, and on a different occasion, my so of 3 years, I have a bunch of them, suddenly makes sense. Today I fucked up by scarring my 9-month-old daughter with my Google Home Mini. This happened 7 months ago, and I'm still experiencing the consequences. Also, I'm on mobile, so I apologize for any formatting. So I'm a relatively new father, and I love my wife and child more than anything on earth. The thought of teaching her all of the amazing things in life make me excited for the future. Well, I think I started too early. I received the Google Home Mini from a friend who had coupons for them, so I decided, why not? I don't mind being spied on. It was fun asking it questions and listening to all of the new information I was learning through it. So I asked Google one simple question. Hey Google, what sound does a cow make? Now, for those who don't have the luxury of living in the country, or living near where you can hear cows, you probably still know the general sound a cow makes, moo. Doesn't sound that bad, does it? Well, whoever recorded the sound for a cow must have had the mic real close to the thing, because what came out of the Mini was not a cute moo. The sound was like a grumbling demonic creature. My poor daughter instantly started to cry and I was feeling terrible. So naturally, I try another animal. Hey Google, what sound does a pig make? Oh boy. Big shocker, pigs don't make a cute oink. sound, but make a lot more frightening sound, along with squealing. My poor daughter was so scared and was crying, so I had to hand her over to the hero, my wife. She wasn't too happy with me. And now my daughter is afraid anytime someone says Google in our home. I guess I'll have to wait a bit longer until I can teach her the cute sounds of life. Too long didn't read. I scarred my baby daughter by asking Google to play the sounds of a cow and a pig. Now she's afraid of the word Google. I tried so hard not to laugh at this. I too was that mom staring death daggers into the father of my 3-year-old daughter, who decided it was a hilarious idea to play every child in the world's favorite song involving sharks but in a death metal version instead. But laugh at it now because over time she just thinks it's the raddest thing. That's hilarious. My wife loves sharks, so when our daughter is ready, she will learn sharks. This is simultaneously adorable and sad all in one. The poor little one. I would definitely test out the animal sounds, in the future, before sharing them lol. Yay, now I know that haha. I guess I figured that the mini would do cuter sounds. Pigs are good. I found that out. If you want to play a fun game with her to get her over her fear of Google, just say hey Google, what fruit am I? There's a lot of fun mini games built into the device. And maybe finding out that she is a pineapple or mango will make her laugh and forget the whole animal sounds fiasco. She will be the future leader of the rebellion. Oh no. Better stick with making the animal noises yourself. Good idea. We have a golden and she doesn't bark, but she pants a lot. Therefore, my little girl doesn't believe that dogs bark. She makes panting sounds and licking sounds instead.